Hier ist die neue Folge der Ökonomie-Videos.
Hey there, and welcome. So, think about the last thing you bought. Did you use cash, or did you, just tap your card or maybe your phone? We're about to dive into the digital euro, an idea that could completely change how we think about the money we use every single day. So let's just jump right in with the big question. Is the money in your wallet or your digital wallet about to change forever? I mean, in a world where we tap our phones for coffee and do all our shopping online, physical cash can feel a little bit old school, right? Well, the central banks are seeing this happen, and they're asking themselves a really crucial question. What's the future of public money in a world that's basically leaving paper behind? And that question, what's the future of public money, is exactly why the digital euro is even a conversation. It all kicks off with a simple fact. We're just not using the coins and banknotes in our pockets as much anymore. And you can see how fast this shift happened. For years, digital payments were growing. But in 2020, the pandemic just threw gasoline on the fire. All of a sudden, cashless was the new normal, almost overnight. So that was a huge signal, and by October 2021, the European Central Bank, the ECB, officially launched a 2-year investigation to figure out, okay, what's next? Now, it's really important to get what the ECB says its goal is here. Look, they're not trying to get rid of cash or force some new payment system on everybody. The idea is to fill a gap that's opening up. As we use less physical cash, we kind of need a public, trusted form of money for our digital lives. The digital euro is supposed to be exactly that, the modern version of the cash we've always had. But here's the thing, it's not just that we're using less cash. It's also about what's rushing in to take its place. And that brings us to the second major piece of this puzzle. The rise of private digital currencies is making central banks, well, a little nervous. And right here, you can see the fundamental conflict. On one side, you've got this idea of a central bank digital currency. It's official, it's stable, it's backed by the ECB. But on the other side, you have all these private digital currencies, like stablecoins. The ECB's big concern is that these things can be volatile. They're not centrally secured, and they carry this risk of a digital bank run, where everyone panics and tries to pull their money out all at once. So they want to offer a safe harbor in this digital storm. All right, so that all brings us to the main event. What is a digital euro, really? It sounds super complex, I know, but when you break it down, the core idea is actually pretty straightforward. So here's the official definition. It's what's called a central bank digital currency, or CBDC. But the most important words on this slide, the ones you really need to remember, are direct claim on the central bank. That phrase right there, that's the key to the whole thing. This table makes it super clear. When you hold a 20-euro bill, that's a direct claim on the central bank. It's the ultimate public money. But the money you have in your normal bank account, that's actually a claim on that private commercial bank. A digital euro would work just like physical cash. It would be a direct, super secure claim on the central bank itself. It's public money, just in a digital form. So when you boil it all down, it's really that simple. The whole idea behind the digital euro is for it to be digital cash, secure, public money that's built for the way we live now. Okay, but creating digital cash isn't as simple as just, writing some code. This is an incredibly high-stakes balancing act. The ECB has to figure out how to design this new currency so it actually helps the economy without accidentally breaking the entire financial system we already have. No pressure, right? And so to do that, they've set some really crucial ground rules. First, the digital euro has to be for payments, not for investing. Now, why is that so important? Well, think about it. If it was the super safe place to just hoard money, then the minute a crisis hits, everyone might pull their funds from commercial banks and flood into digital euros, causing the exact kind of bank run the ECB wants to avoid. Which leads to the last point. The central bank doesn't want to cut out commercial banks and needs them to stay a core part of the whole system. So, with those guardrails in place, the ECB is now standing at a massive fork in the road. They have a fundamental choice to make that will decide how this new money actually works in the real world. Basically, there are two main paths on the table. One is a token-based system, which might use technology kind of like what powers cryptocurrencies. That would be a lot like having digital cash right there in your digital wallet. The other option is an account-based solution, where you and I could have an account directly with the central bank, something that right now is only for commercial banks. Each of these paths has huge implications for everything from privacy to the role of government in our finances. And as of late 2023, they still haven't made a final decision. And that leaves us right back where we started with a huge question. The first investigation phase wrapped up in October 2023. And now the project's moving into what they call a preparation phase. The decision Europe makes here won't just define its own currency for the next few decades, it could seriously set the blueprint for the future of money all over the world. The only question is, what will that future look like for the money in your digital wallet?